Hey everyone, Leanne here from Kingdom Bloggers. So in this video, we are going to talk about blog structure, what it is, and why it is so important that you really work on, kind of creating and laying out what your blog structure looks like if you want your blog to grow. So what is blog structure? Your blog structure is basically the blueprint for the content that's on your site. So when the crawlers, the Google crawlers that you've probably heard about, these are the things that Google, these little bots, they're like things we can't see, right? That come in and really scan your entire site, but they come in through an orderly way. So they come in through what's like the front door. So your URL, your homepage, right? And your categories are kind of the next identifying feature for them to go through. So it's kind of like when you walk into a store, maybe you go into a big box store or any store, and for whatever reason, I mean, you should know what it's about just by like the outside packaging of the store. But let's say you didn't, and you walk in, you're going to look around for indicators. And so in your big department stores like Walmart and stuff, you have these things hanging overhead. It's like women's clothing, men's clothing, children's, right? Now, Walmart has everything. We call it Super Walmart, right? Because literally they have groceries and clothes and sporting goods and makeup. I mean, they have everything. We can't beat that in today's blogging online space because there are literally billions of pieces of content, probably millions added every day. I don't know what the numbers are, but it's a lot. And so the more content that is put on the internet, Google has to have a way to filter through it, and when someone does a query for a particular topic or question, Google has to sift through all that information, all of those billions of pieces of content to figure out which one best answers the query. And so in order to do that, that's what these bots do. They go and they scan your site to see where, like, number one, kind of what niche you're in, like where you fall in the niche. Are you a finance? Are you, a fitness blog? Are you, whatever. Back in the day, the early days of blogging, you could literally write about everything under the sun and still do okay, but you can't do that anymore. And again, it's because there is so much content being put on the internet that you really have to focus in on a very specific niche, target audience, if you will, so that Google can more easily like assess and index your content. That's basically what it comes down to. So while some of you may think, well, I know this other person, they have a lifestyle blog and they have all these different topics, chances are they started it a long time ago, or they may have all that, but I would like to look and see what their actual organic traffic is. And if it's a very kind of newer blog, like when the last 5 years and they're writing about everything under the sun, I would almost put money on the fact that they have no organic traffic or very little. And majority of the traffic that they do get probably comes from excessive social media. In other words, they are like chained to social media in order to get that. And so that is not really a healthy way to go about blogging. It's exhausting. And so building that organic foundation is very important. Okay, so blog structure, back to the point of this video. Your blog structure, if you literally think of it as they come in the front door, it's like a flow chart, right? And so they come in the front door. Okay, this is the blog's name. You put your meta description and stuff in there and they read that. Then it comes to these doors, right? And your categories, I refer to them as doorways. And in each doorway is a hall. And so everything, and in that hall are other doors, right? And so when they go inside a door, your category, every piece of content assigned to that category should match the sign on the door. Okay. And so I have another video where we talk more in depth about categories and tags as a taxonomy. But today we're going to talk about categories specifically in regard to your blog structure. It is very important that you figure this part out early. Now, it's okay if you change it later on down the line, but the quicker you can really identify your structure, the faster or quicker you will actually start seeing results, because Google comes in, sees a sign on the door, everything inside the door matches. Google's like, oh, okay, I'm going to put this blog in this folder. And then when a search query related to anything in that hallway, I'm going to kind of keep this blog in mind as far as giving it as a answer in search results, right? Okay, so what does blog structure look like? So when you're first getting started, I really recommend starting with no more than 3 categories. And, your categories should be different, but related. Okay. And I do have a whole other video, and it'll be linked below, that really goes into more detail about that. So I'm not going to go into that really in depth in this video. So please go watch that so you truly really understand what a category is. But in the overall blog structure, it's very important that it makes sense, structurally speaking. If you went into, let's say, a women's clothing store, that it's like one of those little, I don't know, like Cato's or something, in the little strip malls, right? Not a big box store, but the smaller one. And it's only women's clothing. And you go in there, if everything was sort of just everywhere, it would be kind of hard to navigate through it. But what's really great is you go in, and on one side, you might have bottoms like pants and trousers, and maybe skirts and dresses, blouses. You might have activewear and business, like all the blouses are on this wall, but even those are separated into activewear, like working out stuff. And then here is like your fancier tops to wear to work, and then over here is more of your casual wear, but it's still all blouses. That is a good structure, because you come in, kind of what you're looking for, and you can go right to it. There's not like, you don't have sports tank tops in the workwear section, like the nice blouses, something like this that you'd wear to the office. You wouldn't have a sports bra there, right? Unless, a customer just put it there because they were too lazy to walk back. But you get what I'm saying. Okay, so I'm going to show you a couple of examples of some really good blog structures in different, these are all Christian, but they're in different niches within the Christian blogging. So let me hop over here. All right, so this is Teresa, Ladies Drawing Nigh. Hers is primarily Bible study, but you'll notice she has Bible study, so we're not counting the start here. Bible study, prayer, and spiritual growth. So those are all related, right? And although they're related, they make sense together. They are very distinct hallways, right? Spiritual growth is more of the practical application of scripture, the daily living, applying scripture to your life, being a good Christian, things like that. Well, prayer is prayer. Bible study, she has some subcategories in there because she has a lot of Bible study content. So she has online studies, reading plans, and resources, but they are still all Bible study. And so this structure works very well. She doesn't put application content under Bible study, and she doesn't put anything that's a study under spiritual growth. They're very distinct. Now, I've seen some newer bloggers who have a category of spiritual growth, but they're putting their Bible study stuff in there. Is Bible study a part of spiritual growth? Yes, it is. I mean, in order to grow spiritually, you got to read your Bible, but so is prayer. In order to grow spiritually, you got to pray. But in the structure of things, for Google to understand it and be able to fully index your content correctly, Bible study, prayer, and spiritual growth are actually three different things. And so this is just one example. Okay, let me hop over here to Megan, who is also a Bible study blogger. So she has spiritual growth, the application stuff. She has her studies, and she has a lot of studies, like actual studies. But then she has tips. So she broke Bible studies into actually three separate categories. So her studies are just in the studies. Tips are like methods, right? There's a lot of different methods for studying the Bible. And under here, she has some resources for that. And then here, Bible study printables. She has a ton of printables that she offers through her site. And so that is its own category. And so again, they're all related, but they are all very distinct hallways. And let me pause for just a moment to say, when you are outlining your blog structure and you have all this content, let's say you've got your content, all the blog posts you think you're going to write for the year. So what you would do is kind of take, this group of them, like go through, and any of them that are similar, kind of set them aside, and some that are similar. And then if you feel that when you start separating them, well, this one could actually go in this and this, and you find that you have quite a bit of content that really could go in 2 or 3 of your categories, then you don't have your structure aligned. Your categories are wrong. Every now and then, you will have content that could go in 2 categories. For example, if you had a Christian marriage category and a Bible study category, let's say, and you did a post that was like 15 characteristics of a godly marriage. Well, that would go in the obviously the marriage category, or maybe, and in that it had Bible verses backing it up, like the biblical Bible study on marriage. Then you could put it in both, but that's like an exception to the rule. At the end of the day, when you look at this, each piece of content should fit snugly in one single category. If you're finding that more often than not, you want to assign it to multiple categories, again, you have your categories misaligned. And so it is really important that you restructure them to ensure, if you're finding that they fit into two categories all the time, then that's really one category. And you need to take the second nameplate off and just put all that under there and think of a new category, if that makes sense. Okay. So let's see, we're going to go to another one that's a little bit different. It's not Bible study. So this is Ashley from Undoubted Grace, and she is a spiritual growth aspect. Like, it's very faith-based, but her target audience is really helping working moms, right? With productivity and organization and self-care and all those things. And so she has her spiritual growth, but you'll notice under her spiritual growth, she has devotionals, reading plans, and prayer. So in her blog structure, so remember, in Ladies Drawing Nigh and Megan, or especially Ladies Drawing Nigh, she had Bible study, prayer, spiritual growth. Those were her three categories. For her structure, that makes sense. Ashley has a completely different structure. And so all of those things, the prayer, she has reading plans, she actually has them housed as subcategories under just spiritual growth, because her other categories are not really Bible related. She has self-care and balanced living. And then, of course, in her balanced living, it's further subcategorized into productivity, organization, and mom life. And so again, your blog structure matters, but it's not a one size fits all. So what one blogger might use as individual categories, somebody else might actually use as subcategories under a main one, which is what she's doing here. Now, Kingdom Bloggers, may as well show you mine. I do have, now my site is quite old. I mean, it's like 4 years old now. So we have a lot of content. And that is kind of the point when you start getting so much content that you find within any single category, you can find little subcategories within all of that content. That is kind of the like cue for you to go in and reorganize that category into subs. And so that's what happened with mine. Under resources, I had studied the Bible, like Bible study tips, reading plans, a lot of Bible verse content, and then, Bibles. Prayer, same thing, spiritual growth. I have a lot of gift posts on my site, and a lot of free printables. And so again, this works, but they're all related. They're all related to the Bible. Growing in your faith. I mean, prayer is part of the faith, growing in your faith, but they're all very separate hallways. And then, of course, I have Christian blogging tips, because I teach that stuff as well. So anyway, I can't really say, if you were to say, is this, and this work? It may work, but what the defining factor is going to be is what content are you putting inside that category? And so that's where you really need to, of course, do your market research, target audience research, go in and research what they are looking for online using keywords everywhere and stuff like that. And then create a plan, a 12-month plan, 52 blog posts for the year, and take all of those and then start organizing them into separate categories. And if you find that most of them are in the same category, then maybe you just start with 2 categories. And oh, yes, that is okay too. So I say 3. 3 is kind of a standard. I would never start with more than 3. Now, if you've been blogging for a long time without success, in other words, you've been a blogger for like 5 or 10 years and you still have 0 traffic, you may have several categories. That's okay. But you're going to restructure and realign everything to pick 3, the 3 main ones and you may need to rename them. That's okay too. And then those are the only ones that you will actually put on the navigation menu. The other categories may still be there and all that content is there. You don't have to delete it. But in your structure, which begins with your navigation links, because that's the links that the crawlers begin going through, you want to condense it down to the main 3 that you will, from this point forward, be more actively writing in. Okay. Now, a couple of years from now, you've got a lot of content, you're building the organic traffic. That would kind of be the time that you can maybe add an additional category. But don't start with 5 categories at the beginning, because that's simply just too much. Google does not know what to do with that. You're writing in too many different things, and you're not giving enough to one thing so Google can register the purpose of your site. So anyway, I know this was a lot, and it may still be a little difficult to kind of wrap your head around. But at the end of the day, just think, if someone brand new came to your site, saw your 3 categories, one, do they relate to each other? Two, are they individual of each other? But do they make sense? So the reader's like, oh, I want what's in here. Or do they overlap? Or are they completely contradicting or contrasting? So, like, you have Bible study, spiritual growth, and travel. That doesn't really work. However, in a mom blog kind of situation, you could have Bible study, motherhood, and parenting, because then that's the spiritual growth aspect of raising children and, being a Christian parent. So even though motherhood and Bible study are two different things, on a Christian mom blog, they make sense because the content you're writing as a mother, as a parent, resources for the kids, a lot of that's going to include biblically based content. So anyway, if you have any questions, be sure to comment below. Be sure to like this video and definitely join our Facebook group. That link is below as well. And I'd be happy to help you really align the structure of your blog, because once you get that aligned, then it makes it much easier for you to know what content you should be publishing, and also linking to each other. Those internal links are important as well. But if you're just kind of all over the place, Google's like, yeah, I don't know what's going on here. I'm just going to skip it and go on to the next blog. So that can very well be a part of what's holding your site back from actually being successful. So, all right, guys, that's all for today. I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.